Hello everyone, and thank you for joining the Gregory Scott Tribute channel. People from all over the world are inspirationally impacted by the lasting legacy and divine interpretation of Sir Gregory Tarot, and we honor him. Today we have a special treat. Timothy James Fagan, a lovely viewer, has created a wonderful video inspired by the tremendous teachings of Gregory Scott, Sir Gregory Tarot. Please enjoy, and if you want more information or to reach out, you can go to gregoryscotttribute@gmail.com. Now, please enjoy a wonderful presentation and interpretation of Tarot from Timothy James Fagan in honor of Gregory Scott, Sir Gregory Tarot. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to my first ever episode of Cats, Cards, and Cups. This is going to be a tarot showing. That's the term I'm going to use at this moment because I'm not a tarot reader. I'm new to having my own deck of tarot. And the reason I started today to do this reading or showing is in honor of my tarot card reader, Gregory Scott, who passed away suddenly and unfortunately a few days ago. He was an incredible person that I watched daily as he read, and he was someone that in the last 2 weeks of my Uncle Al's life, my guru, someone who had taken this crazy kid, teenage kid, and taught and read and awakened over the years. When he passed away in his last couple weeks of his life, he sent me a flurry of links and books and things, and one of those links was to Gregory Scott's daily tarot reading. And I had never really read or heard of the tarot at that time. I mean, of course I've heard of the tarot, but I had never had a reading or never paid attention to it. And the very first time I watched Gregory, it was just an important and powerful message that blew me away. And in this past 3 years, I've watched him every single day. I've looked forward to that. It's been part of my day. And about a week ago, nothing, suddenly. And come to find out yesterday, he's passed on to the other room. So in his honor, I caught his energy, and I pulled some cards last night and did a little prayer session. The Vision Quest Tarot is the deck that I bought. It's my first tarot deck, and I was watching a reading by Gregory, and I just thought the deck was beautiful, and for some reason it called to me. And so I bought that deck, and I plan to buy others, and I plan to learn more and more and more. At the moment, this is the deck that I have, and it's been incredible for me for the past month. The messages that have come through, the spiritual awakening that I've had in this past month has been quantum growth. And I've built this whole YouTube channel, and this is one of the things that I wanted to do, was speak about the spirituality and the things that I do to stay balanced and to stay conscious and to open myself to the universal messages. And so this is my first tarot deck, and the cards that I pulled last night were the Nine of Air, Hurt. Because yes, it hurts my feelings a lot that Gregory has passed. The small medicine wheel. Extremely powerful card. And another major arcana card, Medicine Woman. Now you can go ahead and do your own research as to what these cards relate to in the, say, the Rider-Waite deck or traditional tarot. But to me, what this message says is that there's going to be some hurt, and that's okay. Just don't let it linger. The eagle in the East is the animal that I feel as a Scorpio is my guide, and to have a double eagle card where we have the white eagle guarding the gate and basically just the portal to intuition and protecting me and guiding me on my path. And of course, the Medicine Woman is all about following your intuition, and that's all I'm doing today, is following my intuition. I've been following my intuition all month while I've been building my YouTube channel, and my goal is to help people. I'm going to be 60 this year in about 5 months, and I have started a campaign called Be Well, Age Well. 60 is the new 40, and you can check out all my videos, but it begins with a challenge to myself to set a really high goal and then to take all the action steps. So it's a public display, an authentic display, setting a big goal and then showing all the steps it takes to achieve a higher level. I don't know what I'll achieve through the singing goal, but just to be able to take the journey is a reward for me. So in Gregory's honor, these cards last night, and then this morning I am going to pull 3 more. And if you've never seen this deck, it's just beautiful. All the colors, the themes, and for me, for someone who grew up in America, who grew up in the great state of Illinois, very close to the Wisconsin border. As a kid, we had a cabin on a lake in Wisconsin, and we used to go very, very often up to that. And nearby, in the town nearby, the Wisconsin Dells, they had these water ski shows on the river, and they were Native American themed. And as a little kid, this deck is really big, so I have to sort of shuffle it in a funny way. But as a kid, we used to watch those Native American dance shows, and they were so powerful. So I feel like that's where my spirit comes from, and I definitely feel that I've had a past life as a Native American, and perhaps more than one. I also, my bloodline and my DNA, my mother was full Sicilian, Sicily, Italy, and my father was on his mother's side Roman, and on his father's side Irish. So I also feel like I've had lives in Europe, and when I'm in London, I know I've been there before. There's no other way to describe the feeling I feel. the feeling of being at home is incredible when I'm there. So I'm just going to pull these 3 cards, and again, I'm not a reader yet per se. I'm going to read from the guidebook. This deck comes with a great guidebook. It's a beautiful deck, guys. I mean, I don't know. I've seen a lot of decks from Gregory, and I think that there's quite a few that are really beautiful, and there's a couple more that I definitely want. I want his deck, the Gregory Tarot, Gregory Scott Tarot. Gregory Tarot, yeah. Now that he's passed on, maybe we can upgrade him, you know, Sir Gregory Tarot. But anyway, so take it for what you will and read it yourself, and I'll just share with you what I do in the morning, what I've been doing. Nine of Fire. Inner Strength. That's the first time in a month I've seen that card. Ten of Water. Fulfillment. Mother of Fire. Welcome. That's lucky. So Nine of Wands, Nine of Fire, Inner Strength, and here I'm just going to turn these around for you guys. Lucky, you want to read? What do you see, buddy? What do you see? Hey. Come on. Don't block the party, man. Watch out, buddy. Watch out. So with the 8 lightning bolts coming down from the universe and the 1 coming up from the earth, and in the center is us, me. And what this card is telling me is that I'm being so guided, and my energy is being injected into me from sources that don't even have words. They're so powerful, and so to just relax into that and let that be the case. That inner strength is something that's always there for me. And being strong and facing everything in my life will lead to the unbelievable amount of abundance that the universe offers, and it's total fulfillment. And I live in Hawaii, so for us today to get this card with the rainbow, I mean, you can't make this stuff up, you know. And it's just so powerful. I've gotten this card in just over a month. I've gotten this card 6 times. Now, Mother of Fire, and I'd like you to put it in the comments. nurturing, staying on course. Steady persistence. Now, fire being wands, right? So she appears to be a provider. She appears to be someone who is taking care of her surroundings, and that's benefiting others. And she's so beautifully dressed, and her tent or her teepee or whatever she's in seems to be so finely constructed. And then with the stallion in the as artwork on the wall, so the inner strength, the power. It appears that she also has a medicine wheel of sorts, and the fire is surrounded by rocks, so she's in nature, and she's using the elements to her advantage. And she's a leader. She's very much a leader because she's the mother. She's taking care of maybe the whole tribe, let alone the whole family. And maybe this is her sister. This appears to be a female with a pottery on her head. And of course these speak to my feminine side, my feminine qualities, and by being strong and having a stable, disciplined structure and working hard as a family, they're fulfilled. Their cups are full, all 10 of them. This 9 of fire is so powerful. Appears to be in the desert. The colors are beautiful. And the interesting thing is that the stones on the desert floor and the stones surrounding her fire seem to match. Almost as if she were to look out, that's what she sees. And all this hard work, even in the desert, has created an oasis of such abundance that there's a fucking rainbow. That's, wow. Okay. Let's see, so now let's go into the guidebook, the 9 of fire. Okay, the 9 of fire. Inner strength, breakthrough, growth, courage, resolve, concentrated energy, hidden forces made conscious. Just as the seed sprouts green leaves out of nowhere, you can trust that your own hidden thoughts will sprout. You know they exist within. All you need is a little more patience and faith in your inner growth process. The new power arises within you, expands your comprehension of where you stand. So, the new power that's in me is Gregory. Now, I'm not going to see his daily readings, but his memory and the feeling is now inside. And this is my new power, and yours, if you're watching this, and you accept the idea. A deepening trust in your own growth process allows you to become creative in a new and more fulfilling way. So I'm creating a voice for myself through my YouTube, and I'm using singing to initiate the process of getting attention so that my message of experience, strength, and hope can be heard by as many as possible. More fulfilling area, new more fulfilling area. Your energy is high enough to let you find better ways to express yourself and get things done. Better ways to express myself. Rather than talking to myself in the kitchen, I'm singing my story to the world. Enjoy these high times. Appreciate the clarity this upsurge of energy brings to your perceptions. So we should all enjoy the clarity that we've gotten from such an incredible person and now lives within us. 10 of water. Yes, it's my own deck, but I can't find things yet. I'm so excited right now. Okay, 10 of water, fulfillment, completion, endowment, attunement, ultimate satisfaction, radiant manifestation of divine power, blessed state. So in this case, not just water, but divine power that we're able to fill ourselves with. If you can stay open now, you will be given so much that you have no choice but to rejoice. But we are less familiar with bliss than with suffering, and sometimes have to learn how to bear a sudden influx of tremendously fulfilling energy. Yeah, suddenly we hit the big goal, and that feeling is unfamiliar to us. Can we handle it? I think so. I really do. To rediscover yourself as a child of pure love in a paradise of your own making is healing vision. That's a healing vision. It is grace. Accomplishment, unqualified success, generosity in your feelings, thoughts, and actions will enhance your feeling of satisfaction even more. In this state, when other people's successes instantly become your own, hold on to nothing now. Just flow along with this blessed power. There is enough for everybody. Clinging to people and objects as we have all been taught turns even kings and queens into beggars. Discard all feelings or ideas of lack. That's a big one for me. I grew up not poor, but that feeling of not being good enough, my ideas not being good enough, that's bull crap. If you've honed your intuition, your ideas are coming from where? Right. How could they possibly be wrong? Mother of fire. Trusting oneself. Pride, authority, strength, courage, certainty, power to compel and succeed, passion, but sometimes arrogance. So we have to be careful of arrogance. To grow into genuine maturity is a lifelong endeavor. It won't happen overnight. We must pass through many valleys and scale as many peaks. This card tells you to remember your inherent strength as you get ready to take your rightful place in life. This enables you to make decisions from a position of truly compelling authority. Your growing in your own path of personal development is now yielding rewards in many areas of your life. This inspires people close to you to further develop their own trust in themselves. Gregory's success made me feel like I was successful, like I could follow a path of putting out the thing that I felt most capable of, and that people, not everybody in the world, but people who needed or wanted that would gravitate toward me. And he gave me that feeling and that courage. By sharing your experience and radiating your newfound trust in your abilities, you not only reward yourself, but others. And again, I'm aspiring to be a singer, to go from shower singer to the main stage in 1 year is the goal I've set for myself, and it would seem to me that these cards support the idea 100%. And also essentially say, if I get out of my own way, let it flow. Package it up with the idea that the goal is to help others. Somehow I've survived 60 years, and my story is long and detailed, as is yours, I'm sure. All those things that have helped me along the way, that have saved my life, are the things that I want to talk about. And those things can help people. We're talking about sobriety. I'm not sober now, but sobriety techniques. I've always been fit, so nutrition, exercise. I've been traveling the world over and over and over as a fashion model. So marketing yourself, believing in yourself, having confidence in yourself, social intelligence, being able to connect with people and maintain those relationships are all things that a younger person could find invaluable. And I'm being pushed so hard to share, guys. I can't explain. I don't know if I ever believed in this spiritual awakening concept, but I do now. I mean, it is really powerful what's been going on. So that's my reading for today, and I humbly call it a showing. I'm not claiming to be any sort of an expert on these cards, and certainly each person could read this and, as it relates to their own life or their own wisdom in this realm, come up with a different explanation. And certainly I would like to hear that. Actually, I would like to hear Gregory read this. That's not going to happen. So, plan to do one of these every day, and I hope you'll join me. Okay, I'm going to go now. I hope you have an amazing day. If you watch this, thank you, and please connect and leave a comment. And let's get to know each other. Okay. Aloha, guys. Okay, guys. Let's add up the numbers here. So we have 9, and 10 is 19. And 1 is 20, which reduces to 2. Balance, harmony, peace, and social community, maybe you might say. And all the things that Gregory was all about. he was harmonious, to say the least. But I just want to read a little bit because I think that to get the point across, it's going to require some more exactness. Balance, harmony, collaboration, and peace. And I hope that we can collaborate. We, whoever is watching this. Certainly I answer every comment. I am not trying to pull Gregory's audience to me as a card reader. I'm a card shower. I am not a reader. I am not an expert. I was learning from him. But my feeling about collaboration is that I deeply desire that, especially with people who are intuitive and conscious and who are pushing for growth. So just a couple of things, because I thought this was incredible. Again, keeping it in the framework that this was a reading for and in the honor of Gregory Scott. Emotional sensitivity, intuition, a need for partnership and close relationships. People with a strong number 2 energy are known for their diplomacy, empathy, and ability to mediate conflicts. His empathy was on display every day. Number 2 individuals are often seen as kind, gentle, nurturing, and cooperative. They excel at communication, understanding others' feelings, and finding common ground. They are also known for their creativity, adaptability, and ability to embrace change. In relationships, number 2 thrive in partnerships and are drawn to relationships that offer balance and harmony. They are loyal, compassionate, and willing to compromise to maintain a strong connection. I can't think of any more profound example of loyalty than a person who put out a daily reading, who put out a monthly reading, who put out a moon reading, who put out. I mean, his commitment to us was just extraordinary. And, yeah, inspiring to say the least. Career, number 2s can excel in roles that involve working with others, such as diplomacy, teaching, social work, or creative fields. Their sensitive and intuitive nature can also make them successful in healing arts and wellness professions. Now again, this is a reading in honor of Gregory Scott. The cards that I pulled, the number that they added to, I think really personify this person. And I think, speaking for myself, that to a greater or lesser degree, they also personify me, I believe, probably us. And that's why we were drawn to him. Like draws like. We draw in what we are, and what we are comes in, and there's no mistakes, guys. There's no mistakes here. And then the last thing that I thought was very interesting, because Gregory really talked about the moon a lot, and its influences, and it was something, and please put it in the comments, because I'm going by memory here, and I just think that it was something that was a very important aspect, so to speak, of it all. And so in some numerological systems, number 2 is associated with the moon, which is believed to influence the number's emotional and intuitive nature. Again, I call Gregory Scott's energy into this. I invite him in to this reading to maybe put his thumb on the scale and influence this reading a little bit. And in essence, I believe that this reading as a whole really describes the person that I followed every day. And to me, the biggest message here is that that person has not left us, has not left me, but has just taken a different place in my life. He's now one of my angel guides, and he is very much there. I firmly believe in afterlife, and I firmly believe in reincarnation, and I firmly believe that there's just a little something on the other, there's a little something in between the here and there, and that all of the people that have been important in our lives are just right over there, you know, and their power is limited because we are a free will society, but they can influence, and they can influence thought, and they can put messages into our intuition. And I really, really feel like Gregory was here for this. And that's super powerful, and I just love that. So again, in his honor, 9 of Fire, inner strength. The strength to do multiple readings a day. I mean, as I'm a masseur, and I know that when you connect on a spiritual level, it can drain you. So that guy was a warrior. Ten of Cups, fulfillment. 10 of Water in this deck. And I think that he did seem fulfilled to me. I did hear something in his voice in the last couple weeks, and I made a comment because some people had said to him, "Are you okay?" And he made a comment that was uncharacteristic, where he was a bit edgy about people saying, "Are you okay?" And you sound different. And he was like, "Hey, I'm just here to read the cards, basically." And I thought, wow, okay. But then I made a comment, hey, haters are gonna hate, so just don't listen to them. But I really think now, thinking back, that was a bit off base, because if people are part of his daily tarot reading, they're not haters. We are people who loved him and got a lot from his messaging, and people were genuinely concerned. So looking back now, my comment seems way off base, but the point was to protect him and to say, don't let anything influence you to stop doing what you're doing, because it's so valuable. And I feel like that today. And he seems so fulfilled, and yet in the last week or two, the sound of his voice, I remember thinking, wow, he sounds old. Like, what's going on with this dude? And so maybe there were some warning signs there that were missed by his closest friends and that's unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. And then Mother of Fire we had. And perhaps now he is the Mother of Fire that's watching over us. I don't know. Please put it in the comments, guys. I would love to communicate. I would love to bond and connect with you. I am not trying to steal his audience. I am not trying to profit off of any kind of tarot. I am not any kind of an expert. What I really seek is community with people who are also looking for growth and inspiration, and who are conscious, and who also are in an ever evolving process of tuning their intuitive nature. And so I'd love to connect. I answer every comments, and if you are a tarot reader and you have some, I will follow you too. I'm looking for community here. So I think this was a very powerful reading, and I really am grateful for everything that I have learned from Gregory Scott. And now I will graduate him to my angel tribe, and thank him deeply from the bottom of my heart. So, okay, all right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I am very grateful for anyone who's listened, and I hope you got something out of this. Okay, so aloha.